Good day, Samaritanos. I'm Sir Janerio S. Martin, your visual lecturer. Once again, welcome to Week 9, Grade 8 English Visual Lecture. I hope you're still doing good. Now, please prepare yourselves for our discussion this week. Topic, we're going to compare and contrast different viewing genres. But first, let's define what is viewing. When we say viewing, it is one of the macro skills in English that one should be developing. Because we are now in the era where people are more drawn to using viewing as a skill in their daily life. According to the Canadian Common Curriculum Framework, viewing is defined as the active process of attending and comprehending visual media. There are different classifications of viewing and they are called viewing genres. These viewing genres are as follows. First, we have movie clip. When we say movie clip, it is a strip or clip of motion picture or film, especially an excerpt from a longer film and usually inserted in a presentation. This only exceeds from 2 to 3 minutes. For example, this clip.
Our friend has superpowers and she squeezed your tiny bladder with her mind.
Shut up! I think I should save Tooth this here trip to the dentist. Help him lose the rest of his baby teeth. Let him go! Let him go! I'll let him go. Sure. But first, it's your turn.
My turn for what?
Wet yourself.
What?
Jump. Our Toothless here gets an early trip to the dentist.
No. No.
I'll cut him right now.
All right, just hold on. Hold on.
Mike, don't do it. I don't need my baby teeth, Mike. Mike, seriously, don't. Mike, don't do it. Seriously, don't do it, man. Seriously, don't.
Troy, I think this is a good idea, man.
Mike, don't.
Dentist office opens in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Mike! What? Holy shit. She broke my arm! My arm!
Go.
Let's get out of here! Let's go! Go! Yeah, that's right! You better run! She's our friend and she's crazy! You come back here and she'll kill you! You hear me? She'll kill you, you sons of bitches!
If you are a subscriber of Netflix, I know that you're very familiar with the sample movie clip that you just watched, because that is a movie clip from the series Stranger Things. Up next is what we call trailer. So when we say trailer, it refers to short previews of a piece of content, such as a movie trailer, which demonstrates scenes and the general plot and mood of a piece of media to get the interest of the viewers, and also it is used to market a film or a show. This only exceeds from 3 to 5 minutes depending on the length of the film. This video that you're going to watch is an example of a trailer.
My dear Belle, you're so ahead of your time. This is a small village.
You are the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Nobody deserves you.
And it's small-minded as well. But small also means safe.
I've come for my father.
He's a thief.
Come into the light. I will escape, I promise.
Look, a girl.
Who said that?
Hello.
You can talk.
Hello, of course. It's all he ever does.
How lovely to make your acquaintance.
Want to see me do a trick? What happens when the last petal falls?
The Nastel remains a beast forever.
And we become antiques. What did you do to it?
Nothing.
Get out of here! Go!
You have to help me. You have to stand.
If she is the one who'll break the spell, you must finally learn to love.
Have you really read every one of these books?
Some of them are in Greek.
True as it can be. Rising in the east.
If you're fond of Disney movies, you will know that the video that you just watched is a trailer of Beauty and the Beast. So that is an example of a trailer. Up next is what we call news flash. When we say news flash, it is a short news report on radio or television, giving the most recent information about an important or unexpected event. This only exceeds in a couple of minutes depending on how relevant and urgent the news is. An update about the COVID-19 pandemic is an example, just like this video that you're going to watch.
Mga kapuso, 41,830 na ang total confirmed COVID-19 cases sa bansa. Sa datos ng Department of Health as of 4 p.m. kanina, 1,494 ang nadagnag na bagong kaso. 403 ang fresh, 1,091 naman ang late. 380 ang bagong naitalang gumaling na, kaya 11,453 na ang total recoveries. 10 naman ang nadagdag sa mga namatay. 1,290 na po ang total deaths. 3 lugar sa Baliwag, Bulacan ang naka-lockdown ngayon matapos magpositibo sa COVID-19 ang ilang residente ng mga lugar. Bantay sarado ng mga taga-lokal na pamahalaan ang ilang tirahan sa mga barangay ng Poblasyon, Subic at Tangos kung saan nakatira ang ilang tinamaan ng virus. Na-quarantine na ang karamihan sa kanila at binibigyan sila ng pagkain ng lokal na pamahalaan. Ang isa naman, nasa isolation facility sa Malolos. Nagsasagawa na rin ng contact tracing sa mga posible nilang nakasalamuha. Sa huling tala, 438 na ang COVID-19 sa buong probinsya, 207 ang gumaling na at 35 ang namatay dahil sa sakit. Nakaranas ng thunderstorm ang ilang bahagi ng Luzon ngayong hapon. Ayon sa Pag-asa, apektado nito ang mga probinsya ng Tarlac, Pampanga at Nueva Ecija. Gayon din ang ilang lugar sa Metro Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Zambales, Batangas, Quezon at Rizal. Abangan ang susunod na bulletin at iba pang mga balita sa 24 Oras Weekend. Ako po si Bam Alegre, buong puso para sa Pilipino.
So that is an example of a news flash about COVID-19 or an update about COVID-19. Another genre of viewing is what we call the internet-based program. It is used to describe activities that are done online and with the help of the internet. This usually disseminates information to the audiences. For example, informational blogs or live shows are internet-based programs, just like this video that you're going to watch.
Hi. Over the past 2 years, I have taken selfies with over 10,000 people. What is a selfie? This is a selfie. A selfie is just a picture. There is nothing wrong with this picture, but lately I'm noticing a problem. Selfies are making our social interactions much more shallow. We care less about that person and more about having that picture on our phone. So many people come up to me without even knowing my name and what I do, and all they want is a selfie. Don't get me wrong, I love selfies and I take them all the time. But when we care more about the picture than the person, when instead of saying,
Hi, how are you?
we say,
Selfie, please.
we have a problem. A great selfie is one that captures a good human interaction. A bad selfie is one that captures nothing. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
YouTube! If you like this video, then I think you're gonna love NAS Academy. It's a new online school we just started to give you a voice. Yes, making videos has given me a voice. And with this voice, you can reach millions of people on the internet. Tell them stories that you care about and actually change their opinion. This skill of making videos changed my life, and I think it can change yours.
So the video that you just watched is an example of internet-based programs. Also, podcasts and vlogs are examples of internet-based programs. And lastly, we have what we call documentary. Documentary of all the genres is my personal favorite, I must say. Because it is a broad term to describe a non-fiction movie that in some way documents or captures the reality of the life of the people, culture, and tradition. This could also include history and adventures, usually last for an hour or more. A documentary about poverty. So this is an example of a documentary.
The Philippines, officially known as the Republic of the Philippines, is a country located in Southeast Asia. Situated in the western Pacific Ocean, it's made up of over 7,000 tropical islands. A blend of Spanish colonialism and Southeast Asian tradition make this country unique. Unfortunately, poverty in the Philippines is more prominent than other countries in Southeast Asia, with a great deal of the population still living below the poverty line. While poverty is generally higher in rural areas, urban poverty has been on the rise in recent years. Unemployed and low-income migrants who are unable to afford housing are key contributors to the poverty rate. Natural disasters and an underdeveloped agricultural sector play a big factor as well. At Children International, children get access to a safe environment where they can receive health care, educational support, and treatment for malnutrition when it's needed. As they get older, sponsored youth get crucial life skills and career training so they can become qualified for in-demand jobs. Your support helps give children in poverty an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop skills that help them have a positive impact on their peers and their communities. Thanks to our supporters, children in the Philippines are receiving the help they need to break the cycle of poverty for good.
So the video that you just watched is an example of a documentary about the poverty in the Philippines. So those are the following genres of viewing. Now, after knowing the different genres of viewing, I'm going to show videos, and you must watch this because these are necessary for your written activity.
Another double-digit contraction and millions more impoverished Filipinos. That's the forecast of a former dean of the University of the Philippines School of Economics as the COVID-19 pandemic shows little sign of slowing in the Philippines. Ramon Clarete warns if government is unable to control the pandemic and right the economy with more financial aid for the needy and higher spending for healthcare, millions of Filipinos will be thrown into poverty, erasing recent gains achieved under the Duterte administration.
If we are not going to be bold enough in spending for testing, in creating new facilities so that we can cope with the rising active COVID cases, then we cannot open the economy as much. Babalik tayo sa mga stricter quarantine na naman.
After significant gains in recent years, the Philippine poverty incidence rate was forecast to hit 10 to 12% by 2022, below the government's target of 14% for that year. But Clarete says that won't be the case anymore, citing a study by the Ateneo de Manila University, which estimates COVID-19 could have forced the poverty incidence rate to between 18 and 21%, depending on the efficiency of government's financial aid programs. A publication from the state-run Philippine Institute for Development Studies says the number of poor Filipinos will increase by between 1.5 and 5.5 million, depending on the effectivity of those aid programs. Clarete says otherwise.
Masyadong optimistic yata yan. 10 million more kung walang ayuda sa gobyerno. Hindi lang 5 million.
Philippine Central Bank Governor Benjamin Diokno says there is no need to panic since the Philippine economy is strong and supported by a strong peso, robust reserves, and a stable banking system. He says all of these will allow government's recovery plan, centered on localized targeted lockdowns and increased infrastructure spending and investment, to work. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez says there are already signs of economic recovery, and the executive is working with lawmakers to ensure this will continue through the swift passage of key legislation, including the 4.5 trillion peso 2021 proposed budget and other initiatives to lower corporate income taxes, improve fiscal incentives, allow more foreign investment, and allocate more funding to COVID-19 aid. In fact, House lawmakers on Monday passed their version of the Bayanihan to Recover as One Act, with 262 yes votes. 6 voted against the measure. House Committee on Ways and Means Chairman Representative Joy Salceda says lawmakers are ready to enact the Bayanihan 2 bill into law to unleash over 100 billion pesos for new relief measures. The total sum could be 140 billion, as proposed by the Senate, or over 160 billion, as pushed by the House. Senators passed their version of the bill in July. But Clarete and several other economists say more money needs to be spent. They note the Philippines is currently enjoying its best credit ratings ever, meaning it can borrow money from nearly anywhere in the world at very, very low rates. They argue this pandemic is the perfect opportunity to use such resources. Dominguez, however, says it is also important to maintain fiscal discipline when it comes to spending. And the Philippines needs to keep some assets in reserve, as nobody knows how long the health crisis can last. Warren de Guzman, ABS-CBN News.
Itong trabaho ko, mga 5 buwan na po. Pumunta ako tanghali mga alas 12. Hanggang ngayon, nandito ako. Sa isang linggo po, pag nakapagpakilo po ang bossing ko, bigyan ako ng 300. Okay na rin po kahit paano nakaka-resolve sa mga pangangailangan ko sa pagkain, panggasto sa bahay, makabili man lang ng bigas, ulam. Kano to? 25 po. 25.
Pupunta pa ako ng palengke. Bibili pa ako ng ng mga panahong. Tulad ng mga bawang, ganyan, mga sibuyas. Pinipilihan ko siya. Yung tinatanggal ko yung mga buto, mukha nito, yan, ganyan. Tinatanggal ko yan. Kasi para ito na lang matitira, mga ganito mga laman. Tapos sinugasan ko siya. Pagkahugas ko, kumukulo na yung aking sarsa doon. Ilalagay ko siya doon. Isang mangkok ng ganyan, 10 pesos.
Kaya lang po ako kumakain. Masarap. Masarap kumain. Dito po sa pwesto na to po. Malinis po to, linugasan na maigi. Kaya marami pong bibili pagpag dito. Patibayan lang po ng sipura kung kaya ng malinis o marumi. Kami, sanay na po kami rito eh. Ay po, ganyan daw po talaga, ang kaya. Puro pagpag eh. Hanggat nandito po kami, kakain na pa rin yung pagpag.
So after watching the video and before ending this video lecture, I want you to remember that you're going to use Venn diagram. Now, if you don't know what is Venn diagram, here it is. A Venn diagram is a graphic organizer that is used to present the similarities and differences of two or more things, ideas, or concepts. This is illustrated by two overlapping circles or more, just like this. So this is what you're going to use in your written activity in order for you to compare and contrast the two videos that you just watched. So that's our lesson for this week, and I hope that you enjoyed watching and you learned something that you can use in your life. This has been Sir Janere S. Martin. I'll see you again next week. Thank you and goodbye.